This video is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Renting is throwing money away. You've heard it your whole life. It's wrong. Sometimes, renting builds more wealth than buying ever could. Here's the math nobody shows you. Two people, same income, same city. One buys a house, one rents and invests the difference. 30 years later, the renter has 2 million more. Wait, what? A house is not always an asset. Sometimes, it's the most expensive liability you'll ever own. But sometimes, buying is the smartest move. The answer is in the numbers. Let's break it all down. The price is not the price. $400,000 house. You think you pay $400,000. You actually pay $756,000. Interest alone, $356,000. The bank's real customer is you. The hidden costs nobody counts. Property tax, $6,000 a year. Insurance, $2,400. Maintenance, $4,000. HOA fees, $3,600. $16,000 every year before you pay a single mortgage dollar. Forever. The down payment trap, $80,000 locked into the house. That same $80,000 in index funds. 30 years, $1,400,000. The cost of the down payment isn't $80,000. It's everything it could have become. Transaction costs. Buying, 3 to 5% in closing costs. Selling, 6% realtor commission. On a $400,000 house, $24,000 just to sell. Real estate is the most expensive asset to get in and out of. The actual comparison. Mortgage, $2,100 a month. Rent for the same place, $1,500. Difference, $600 a month. The renter invests that $600, plus the $80,000 down payment. Watch what happens. 30 years later, the buyer. House worth $1,300,000. Sounds amazing. Minus $356,000 interest. Minus $480,000 in taxes and upkeep. Real net gain, about $464,000. Not bad, but not the full story. 30 years later, the renter. $80,000 invested, now $1,400,000. $600 a month invested, now $1,200,000. Total, $2,600,000. Buyer had $464,000. Renter wins by over $2 million in this scenario. But here's the catch. Change the rent. Math flips. Change the city. Math flips. Change the timeline. Math flips. There is no universal answer, only your specific numbers. Anyone who says, always buy or always rent is lying. When buying wins. First signal, price to rent ratio. Annual rent, $18,000. House price, $250,000. Divide, ratio of 14. Under 15, buying usually wins. Over 20, renting usually wins. One number tells you a lot. Second signal, you stay 10 plus years. Transaction costs spread over time. Buy and sell in 3 years, you lose. Stay 15 years, costs become tiny. Time is what makes buying work. Short timeline kills the math. Third signal, stable life. Buying locks you in place. Career change, hard to move. New job in another city. Trapped. Renting gives you flexibility. And flexibility has real value. If your life is settled, buying makes sense. Fourth signal, the forced savings effect. Here's the honest truth. Most people don't invest the difference. They spend it. A mortgage forces you to build equity. For undisciplined savers, the house is the savings account. And that's a real advantage. When renting wins, high price to rent cities, San Francisco, New York, Toronto. Buying costs 2 to 3 times renting. The math almost never works. Rent and invest the massive difference. You move often. Average American moves every 5 years. Each move with a house. $40,000 in transaction costs. Renting, pack and go. Mobility is wealth in disguise, especially when you're young. You're disciplined with money. This is the big one. If you actually invest the difference every single month, automatically, renting can outperform buying. The key word is actually. Most people don't. But you might be different. Freedom and flexibility. No maintenance calls at midnight. No surprise $15,000 roof repair. No property tax increases. No being trapped by a mortgage. Freedom has a financial value that almost nobody calculates. Own real estate without owning property. REITs. You buy a share of hundreds of buildings, apartments, malls, warehouses, hospitals. Real estate exposure, zero headaches. Starting from $100. The numbers on REITs. Average return, 8 to 10% per year. No mortgage, no maintenance, no property tax. Fully liquid. Sell in one click. Compare that to selling a house that takes 3 months. REIT versus physical property. Physical, leverage, control, tax benefits. You can renovate, rent, and borrow against it. REIT, liquidity, diversification, zero work. Both are real estate, different tools, for different people. Buying is not purely financial. Stability, pride, it's mine. A place for your family to grow. Painting walls any color you want. These have real value. Just don't pretend it's only about the money. The American dream trap. You were told homeownership equals success. Marketed for decades. By banks, realtors, builders, people who profit when you buy. Always ask, who benefits from the story you've been told? Make the decision consciously. Want to buy for lifestyle reasons? Fine. Just know the real cost. Buying a home is allowed to be an emotional decision, as long as it's an informed one. Know the math, then choose. The decision framework. Price to rent under 15? Lean buy. Staying 10 plus years? Lean buy. Moving soon or expensive city? Lean rent. Disciplined investor? Renting can win. 4 questions. Your answer is in there. Run your own numbers. Don't use someone else's answer. Your rent, your city, your timeline. There are free calculators online. The New York Times has the best one. The calculator decides, not your parents, not tradition. The biggest mistake, buying more house than you need. House poor, all your money in the home. Nothing left to invest. Nothing left to live. The house doesn't own a mortgage. The house owns you. Here's what actually builds wealth. It's not the house. It's not renting either. It's the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Invested consistently, for decades. Buy or rent. That rule never changes. So, buy or rent? The answer is, run your numbers. There is no universal right choice, only the right choice for you. If this helped you decide, subscribe for more. Next, how taxes actually work and why the rich pay less than you. See you there.